guys, welcome to Tuesday Talk, and today we're going to discuss how to travel on a plane with an infant. And I wanted to make this video because I learned so much from traveling with Vila. We just came back last night. We just came back from a great weekend trip to Orlando. One of my really good friends, she had a big birthday party. The vlog is up, so you guys can see the small clips of that. And we had an awesome time. And I was so proud of the way that I packed. This was my very, very first time flying with Vila. Her first time on a plane, not mine, but I haven't flown since 2004. So we were both kind of, it was kind of new for both of us a little bit. And I just wanted to share you the tips on how I packed, what I packed, and just the essentials. Now, you don't have to use this word for word. You can add or subtract, whatever it is that you want to do according to what your baby needs and what you need personally. So we're just going to go on ahead and get started. I'm not going to sit here and talk the whole time. I'm going to move around because I have to demonstrate and show you guys different things, and it's going to require me to move a little bit. So just come on and I'll show you what I took with me. The first thing you need to do is, with these airlines, a lot of airlines, they go by luggage weight. They charge you by weight. And I flew Spirit Airlines, and I had no idea that was like the worst airlines to fly with. But regardless, I had paid for my trip, so I couldn't change anything. I couldn't change to another airline, so I had to make the best of it. And so what I did not know, because this is my first time traveling, is that you have to check in online the day before or before you get to the ticket counter, or they will charge you $10. And so they have little kiosk machines, like little computer machines at the airport next to the ticket counter, and you can put in your information and they'll print a little ticket, and then you present that to the ticket agent, which I think is just so redundant because it's not saving you any time. I could understand if you go to the kiosk and they print your boarding pass and you go on your way, but you still have to go to the ticket agent. So I really don't get why they make it mandatory for you to print out whatever kind of paper on the kiosk, because you still have to go to the ticket agent. And so I was really nervous because I don't have a scale at home, so I couldn't weigh my bag. And so I was very, very, very careful, and I only packed the essentials, what I thought was essential for us. I packed my normal toiletries, and but what I did, instead of bringing body wash, I brought bar soap, and that you could use on your face, like those soaps like Dove, Oil of Olay, soaps that you could use for your entire body. There's no, because at home normally I use Clean and Clear face wash and I use a body wash, but because of the weight limit, I had to be very, very, very careful of what I packed. And so when it came to toiletries, I just packed one bar soap. And since I was staying at a friend's house, and I'm kind of particular, I don't mind using towels, but I just pack my own washcloth because you just never know. And so I packed my own washcloth because it's, a washcloth that I just like to use. And so we're just going ahead and get started, and I'll show you guys what I brought. Now, first things first, I thought it would be a great idea to buy a duffel bag. Now, with flying, these heavy luggages, suitcases, which I do own two, a small one and a very large one, by itself it may weigh 10 or 15 pounds. So you pretty much are like kind of using up all your weight just basically on the suitcase itself. And so what I thought it would be interesting is to get a duffel bag. And I got this pink duffel bag. I actually got 3. This duffel bag is Viola's duffel bag. But I got 2 in black and I got 1 that, is pink for Viola. But it's a medium-sized duffel bag. And it has so many pockets. There are pockets on each side. 1 pocket here, 1 pocket there, and a little mini pocket right here, which I put my hair clips, Viola's little toothbrush, and her toothpaste. I put there. And then in the front of this bag there's a large compartment, I'll show it far away. Yeah, there it is. This large little kind of rectangular compartment where I put all of my earrings, my body spray and all that stuff, fit in there really, really comfortably. And then in the core bag, well, on these sides right here, I'll show you, I put her hair supplies, which I kept in. I'm really big on Ziploc bags because the worst thing you could do is just have things all over the place. And Violet, I do her hair, comb her hair every day, and so she has her hair accessories. I put those in bags. I put the hair accessories in 1 large freezer bag, with rubber bands, hair bows, hair ties, hairbrush, comb, pick, all of that crap went inside this compartment on the side. And it held my I put my flat iron, my hairbrush, and all of my stuff. And then on this side it's like a huge pocket. I just put all of Viola's food. Now because, of course, like I said before, the weight limit, I didn't really know, and so the only thing that I packed was I'll show you in the kitchen, I packed her rice cereal, and I had 2 Ziploc bags of food. Now we went to Orlando from Friday morning, we arrived, and we left Sunday night. And so Violet eats 3 meals a day, so she needed, and I'll show you in the kitchen, she needs 1 packet of baby food has 2 containers of baby food in it. So I made sure in 3 meals a day, plus a few extra if she got hungry, which she did. But my friend was really, really great. She has a 16-month-old that is still eating baby food, and she had a pantry full of assorted baby food. So when Violet ran out of fruit, I didn't have to buy anything. I just asked her if I could have one of her baby foods, and she was cool with it. And so I packed, so since we're going for 3 full days, each day when it comes to babies, you have to take into consideration that they're going to spit up, they're going to vomit, they're going to poop explode, which Violet did all 3. And great thing, my friend, of course, has a laundry room, which you'll see in the vlog. And I packed her 3 outfits per day. And I carried like 4 pajamas. 4 pajamas, 3 outfits per day, and like 4 or 5 just onesies that she could just hang around in, And so that worked really well. I carried 2 pairs of pants for myself, and I carried like 5 shirts. And I didn't even wear that stuff, only wore like 3, and I carried 2 t-shirts, 2 t-shirts and some shorts. I could just be around the house. And I ended up going in the pool, and since I'm not, going to wear a bathing suit, I wore like some shorts and a t-shirt. I wore that in the pool, and it was fine. And so, yeah, make sure you pack very efficiently and effectively. I carried, what else did I carry with me? I carried extra pacifiers. I had like 2 extra pacifiers. I carried burp cloths, receiving blankets. I had 2. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I carried snacks for her. And I'll show you in the kitchen shortly the different foods that I brought with me. And so if you want to make sure that you're traveling, in a light way, not necessarily light, but just effect, you can put as much stuff as you want, and your weight, you could stay within weight limit. I think a great big duffel bag is the way to go. And, if you're just pack smartly. You don't need 5 pairs of pants. You don't need all of that. Just pack 2. Make sure you either get a hotel or wherever you're staying at, make sure that they have a washer and dryer, because you're going to need it. Because when we went on vacation for Father's Day weekend, I made sure I got a hotel that had a washer and dryer, and I carried, we keep right here we have a old container. Where the heck is it? My husband moved it. Oh, there it is. Right here. And we just put loose change in it. And I carry, it's like an empty apple juice container. And we just fill it up with quarters. Quarters, nickels, dimes, or whatever. And so I have a baggie, which I'll show you right now. I have a baggie full of change. Because, you know, with the airport is like ridiculous. They wanted a little yogurt. I was trying to get something to eat, and I wanted a little yogurt, and they charged $5.86 for a damn yogurt that's 99 cents in Publix. It's ridiculous. Anyway, this is Viola's normal diaper bag. I felt that it was too big, you know, to carry all of her stuff, and I didn't want to have to deal with, you know, my one free carry-on being so bulky, and I wasn't sure that it would fit under the seat, so I opted to carry this bag. I was looking for another bag in my closet and I couldn't find it, and I was able to find this random bag. This bag is a bag that I actually won it when I used to work at Wendy's. I was employee of the month like twice, and my supervisor allowed me to pick something out of the Wendy's catalog, so you can only get this, you know, if you work for the company or whatever. And so I got this bag, and it's so cool because it's kind of like a diaper bag, and I didn't even know it. I've had this bag for like 8 years, and I never used it. So crazy, but I love it to death. It has 2 compartments for the bottles, and I just put these in here just for demonstration purposes, okay? And so I was able to put 2 bottles here, and I didn't carry 4 bottles. I only carried 2, and I was able to have an extra pocket here for a drink that I bought. I brought a water at the airport because I was so thirsty and I didn't want to be coughing because my throat was so dry. And then in the front here, there's a huge pocket, and I just put like sanitary napkins, tampons, you know, little knickknacks, lip gloss, you know, little stuff like that. And then in front of it, there's a zipper part, and in this zipper part, I have, remember I was telling you about my change? This is like maybe $5 worth of quarters, just in case I didn't want to, you know, you go to the vending machine, you can get whatever you want without having to sell one of your kidneys trying to get something to eat at the airport. It's so damn expensive. I have spare keys, I have an extra passy, and yeah. And then in the big part of the bag, oh yeah, it does detach. It has a little clip here, and it detaches, and it has like a mother load of pockets. I put the camera in this mesh pocket right here, and I just unloaded all of my crap on the bed. Let me go put this back because I don't want to have to deal with that. Ugh. So yeah. I always carry like chapstick, little candies or whatever. So yeah. So let me try to do this with one hand. Alright, in the big part I have Viola's little travel bath stuff, her powder, lotion, and her little soapy, just in case she poops. I carry these little Mum snacks. Viola loves these to death. She will eat the hell out of these things. She loves these. She doesn't like the puffs anymore. I don't know why. Maybe she's just over the puffs, so I might have to give them away. Yeah, so I have that. We have diaper rash cream. I have a package of wipes here. I have diapers. I have a full outfit, a onesie with long pants. I have bibs, you know, and I have a baby food, and of course I have an assortment of spoons. And then of course I carried this. I had to get a different one because this is a formula dispenser. This is a large one, and it can hold 9 ounces per container. So there's 3 compartments for formula, and they each can handle a little over 9 ounces of formula. And so this is perfect to have just in case baby drinks everything. And I made sure that before I left the house, I made 2 full bottles with cereal, baby food, the works, so that Viola could be, you don't want to have to be dealing with spoon feeding and all that stuff. My cell phone's ringing. I have to ignore it for right now. And then I have this container, this Ziploc bag with a formula in it. It has 8 ounces of formula in it, and it has the little measuring thingamajiggy for the bottle. And I just have random bags of formula because I decided to change this from this bag to this bag, you know, because it's just much more efficient and has a lot more use. I can get a lot more use out of it. And so yeah, and this bag was like so small, it fit really well between my legs, and and I could just kick it under the seat, and it was perfect. And I positioned it in a way where I can just bend down and, you know, retrieve whatever it is that I needed out of the bag. So this is the bag that we'll be using from now on. But if you need to go to the store and get either a book bag, a small backpack, or you can go to Babies R Us and they have backpacks that are perfect for travel, so you don't have to be dealing with the crazy diaper bag situation. Something that you could just put over your shoulder or over yourself. And this bag you can just put over yourself and it just works perfectly. You can handle baby and you can carry all of your stuff that you need. One thing, the TSA does allow for infants to have formula in liquid. They will test the liquid at the security gate. So I mean, it's not going to take long. Yeah. So one of my biggest advice is to plan. Have your itinerary ready. Make sure you have at least, you know, in your cell phone you can set like multiple alarms. And so make sure that you set multiple alarms so that you won't be late. Now our first flight was at 7:45 a.m. And what I did, I decided to go. I woke up at 3:30 a.m. I had everything packed and ready to go. I had Viola's clothes for her to go to get on the plane. I had her clothes laid out. I bathed her the night before and I combed her hair. So the only thing I had to do was put on a fresh diaper and put on her clothes. And preferably, since the airport is cold and the plane is cold, for baby or small children, make sure they have long sleeve and long pants, you know, and a jacket. I didn't even bring the jacket. I don't even know where the jacket is, to be honest with you. For whatever reason, I don't know what happened to the jacket. I think her jacket is still at my friend's house. I don't know. Speaking of jacket, I ain't seen that jacket since I took it off for her. I don't know where the jacket is. But anyway, you carry a jacket. Now, whenever your flight is, regardless of what time it is, since you have small children, it is imperative. I cannot stress that enough. You need to be at the airport 3 hours early. You have to be. You have to be, or you're gonna be running through the terminal. We got to like I said before, our flight was 7:45. We got to the airport at 4 a.m. The freaking line was so long when I got there. People were already in line, and I was like, oh man, you know. But it went fast because, you know, they had a lot of agents, so, you know, we went through pretty quickly. Make sure that whenever you travel, you have to travel with a birth certificate. If you have a lap infant or you're sitting your child on your lap, you must have it. Now, the ticket agent that I got, she was this young girl. I don't even think she really wanted to be to work that day, but she didn't check jack. She was just like, let me get your ID, type me in the system. Okay, I believe you have an infant. Put my bag, weighed my bag, gave me a little ticket for the bag and everything, gave me my boarding pass, and I was on my way. I had a really good ticket agent going to and fro. And so they checked. I paid for my bag to be checked because it's too much to deal with a duffel bag, carry-on bag, a stroller, and a baby that's trying to keep climbing. Now, Viola's 11 months old now, and she's not going to sit in the stroller all nice and good. She's going to climb on the stroller. She's going to be standing up. She's going to cry every single time I make her sit down. So it's a lot of work. You know, I love my baby, but she ain't no perfect angel. No kids are. But anyway, yeah, so they sent me on my way. I got to ticket to the security. You're going to have to take your shoes off. I was smart. Violet doesn't like to wear shoes anyway, and so I'm not going to force her to wear shoes that she's going to continuously keep kicking off. And when you're flying, that's the last thing you want to deal with. And so I put on some really, really cute to-do socks on her, and it was all good. We went through security. You know, they have those big security things where the thing turns around and you know what it is. You don't have to go through that. You just go through the metal detectors with your baby in your arms. You have to make sure that your your stroller is folded, and they put it on top of the X-ray machine. The security guy will help you, or somebody will help you. Hopefully they're gentlemen, they will help you. And then you just carry your baby through the metal detectors with your shoes off, collect your belongings. They take all of your liquids out, your bottle, whether it's a bottle of water, whether it's just water. They take it out and they test it. They test your hands to make sure that you don't have any drugs on your hands or whatever. I guess that's what it's for. And then, you know, they send you on your way. You put on your shoes. I, of course, had shoes that I could just slip on and off. So it really, really worked really, really great. And so once I went through security and got everything back, got her back in her stroller and everything, it was cool. And so what I did is that she wanted her bottle so bad, but I made her wait until we got to the gate. You do whatever you need to do. As soon as I got from security, I went straight to the bathroom. Went straight to the bathroom, whether Violet peed or not. I just put on a fresh pamper. I put on a fresh pamper. I went to the restroom, washed my hands, made sure she was cool and everything, and then I found my gate and I sat down, and that's where I stayed. And by the time I had the ticket, got to the ticket agent and the security, I had 45 minutes until my flight was to board. And so I made a really, really great time. I was able to sit and relax, and I met this lady and I talked to, so I got to chit-chat with somebody. But when I went to go get a water, she let somebody sit in my seat. What did you do that? Anyway, sorry, I digress. So when it was like, I set my alarm for when it was like 10 minutes before boarding, and I just stood in front of the gate. Because most airlines, I don't know, I just know Spirit Airlines allows handicapped people and people with small children to board first, because you need that extra time to get yourself situated and sit down and be comfortable in your seat. And that's exactly what happened. I was able to fold up my car seat. I rode her all the way to the plane. Before I got to the plane door, this little area before you get to the plane, before you board the plane, you can leave your stroller right there, stroller, car seat, whatever you're traveling with, right there. They give you a tag for it. The stewardess give you a tag for it, and you go on ahead and board the plane, sit down, put your bag up, whatever you want to do, get comfortable. And what was so great about the flight is that you do have an option. And most airlines probably won't tell you this, and they probably shouldn't, because they want you to spend money. But if the flight is not 110% full, if there is an empty row, if they see you with an infant, the stewardess will come to you and say, hey, I see that you have a baby, which a lady did, and she was very, very, very sweet. This girl was sitting in a 3-reed seat by herself, and she asked me if I wanted to sit in the row with her, because there was an extra seat and Violet would be able to stand up and, it would be a lot more comfortable. And the young girl, she really didn't mind. She really, was talking to Violet, so she was really cool about it, because she had her whole row to herself. And so that was very, very nice of her. But if nobody offers, if you do see that there is an empty row, you can ask the stewardess, is it okay if I sit in that row because I have the baby? And they'll definitely accommodate you. And so when I got to my destination, I let almost everybody deboard, deplane. That's what they say, deplane. And then I took my time, and me and Viola, we got off the plane. I was able to get my stroller. They leave it right at the desk, the stewardess desk, right outside at the boarding gate. They leave the stroller there for you. You just collect your stroller, then you go on the baggage claim, collect your stuff, and you go on to your destination. And I did the same thing when I left Orlando. I didn't get to the airport as early as I wanted to because I was washing the clothes that I had swam in the pool in. I was waiting for them to dry, but we still had a pretty good enough time. I got to the boarding gate. I was able to get a snack. As you saw in the vlog, if you watch the vlog, I'll link it down below. I was able to get a snack and find my gate and get comfortable, sit, eat my snack. I shared it with Viola. I have to share everything with Viola. I was at that age where you have no food to yourself. And so yeah, I was able to do that. And I just talked on the phone with my friend until I was, able to board. 10 minutes before boarding time, I stood in front of the gate, and they let me board first, and it was really, really, really cool. And Viola slept the entire way home. I was freaking out because we had a little bit of turbulence. I was all, oh, Jesus. I was calling on Jesus, honey, because I was scared. And I hadn't flown in years, so I was so scared. And so we definitely will do it again later on in the fall. We're going to Nassau, which is only an hour away from Miami, so that should be a cool flight. Probably less than an hour, depending on the plane or whatever. But yeah, so I'm just gonna show you real quick because I know this video is hella long. I'm gonna show you real quick the food that I brought for Viola. And so the only thing that I carry, this is Viola's baby food stash, by the way. And so I have Viola on this eating schedule. I feed her fruit for breakfast. I give her a vegetable or vegetables for lunch, and then she'll have a dinner baby food, but I don't have any more of the dinner ones. And so she'll get sweet potatoes, or she'll get carrots for dinner, and I usually mix it with the Gerber rice syrup. But when we were traveling and I was scared about the weight, I was afraid I was taking too much stuff, so I carried the Gerber multigrain cereal. I carried that, and I carried the I wanted to carry this because I'm transitioning Viola to the toddler transition milk, but she's currently on Nutramigen, and I still have a ton of Nutramigen, and so she's been using this, but I carried this because it was in a smaller container, and so I carried this. And yeah, so I took two Ziploc bags, freezer bags full of her food, and yeah. And then I carried these snacks right here, these Graduate Little Crunchers, the vegetable kind. I carried these in a freezer bag as well. And then I carried the Mum Mums. So yeah, that's what I carried. Of course, I had a ton of spoons because I've been in situations where Viola was hungry and I did not have a freaking spoon. So I have 5 or 6 spoons in my bag in every single pocket imaginable, so that I don't have to worry about. I was afraid to carry a bottle of water because I thought that they would make me throw it away, and so that's why I made her food ahead of time. And plus, you could ask the stewardess also. I was told you could ask the stewardess to warm up a bottle, or give you hot water, because they sell tea and all that other stuff on the plane. And so I was able to I made sure I heated it super duper duper hot. I did a warm bottle, and I did a super scalding hot bottle, so by the time we got to our destination, it would be ready for her to consume. And so my biggest advice for flying with infants is prepare, prepare, prepare. Don't leave anything at chance, especially, you know, with flights, because our flight boarded 45 minutes early when I was going to Orlando. It was supposed to board at 7:45 and it started boarding at 7. So you don't want to get in a situation where you're not really prepared, you're leaving late, you don't have your stuff packed. The day of your trip, the only thing you need to be doing is putting on your clothes, brushing your hair, putting on whatever makeup you can put on, simple stuff, getting the kid dressed, changed in a fresh pamper, and getting out the door. You don't want to be trying to pack last minute stuff and doing all kind of last minute crap. You want to make sure, you want to make it as stressless as possible, because kids are going to stress you out all by themselves. You don't need no extra stress. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more tips, we're traveling internationally, because Nassau is another country, so we'll be getting our passports soon. And so I'll do another tip for traveling out of the country, and I'll do another one if you guys want me to. So if you have any more tips that I missed, leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys next week for Tuesday Talk. Alright, bye guys.